morning, everyone. This is Julie McDonald with Microcom Technologies, and I'd like to thank all of you for attending today's webinar with Vertical Cable. Today's hosts are Joe Moore. He is their Director of National Sales, as well as his buddy, Mike Komansky. He is the Marketing Manager, and both of them are on and will be presenting to all of us today. If anyone has any questions, please submit them in the question box so that Joe and or Mike can answer them at the end of today's presentation. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being with Microcom today. We greatly appreciate it and look forward to what you have to share with us today. So please go ahead and take it on over.
Good morning to everybody. Good afternoon to those on the East Coast. This is Joe Moore from Vertical Cable. We are very excited to be back for our second webinar. For today's meeting, we're going to just take a very brief walk through the company for those of you that were not in attendance the first time we did this, so we can give you a little bit of info about what we are and what we do. And then we're going to go into some of our newest products. Most have to do with outdoor, some fiber items, and just some really interesting things that we've been able to do. Vertical Cable, just really briefly, started, gosh, back in the 1970s at some point, started as a computer manufacturer. With the advent of Dell and companies like that, we decided to leave that business, and we started to become the company we are today. At Vertical, we have a full line of copper and fiber products. We stand by our products, and we really value customer service. That's what we built this company on. It is one of the most important things we deal with every day. 1989, Chip Tech. 2006 is when we actually became Vertical Cable. 2013, we opened our manufacturing plant in Bonham, Texas, makes some of our cables. A national sales office was established in 2013. That's when I came on, although I will say I knew the company for a long time before that because I used to make their cables. 2020, we introduced fiber optic cable and connectivity products. And our newest, chapter is we opened our 4th distribution center. This one happens to be in Houston. So today, we're lucky enough to have 4 distribution facilities, one in New York, which is where I am. Florida, our corporate office is also a distribution center. That's where Mike sits. Texas, we have Houston is our new distribution center, and our manufacturing plant is in Bonham, which is just north of Dallas. And in California, our distribution facility is in Murrieta, so southwestern part of the state. With our 4 stocking locations, we can pretty much guarantee same-day shipping. If we can't ship it out of New York, we can ship it out of California, vice versa. What I don't have, Florida has. What Florida is missing, California will have. Between those 3 offices, we will have everything. Houston, since it's brand new, has a smaller offering at the moment, but they are starting to get their own incoming shipments probably mid-summer this year. So we'll start to see a pretty big increase in what they're stocking there. We do offer free freight options, whether you're buying through distribution or whether you're a distributor, that can be passed along. We do offer same-day shipping. We have the ability to do private labeling and special constructions. Our twisted pair, copper and optical fiber systems can now be combined. We can do a fiber and copper connectivity even within the same rack piece. We've taken on the copper side our ETL channel warranty, and had it tested by ETL. So we now have a certified channel from the patch cables to the keystone jacks, to the cable itself, and including our patch panels, Cat 5 and Cat 6. For warranty, we have a standard 1-year warranty that covers everything we sell. Anything that is category rated, So whether it's indoor, outdoor, if it's a Cat 5, a Cat 6, it could be a jack, it could be cable, those all start 15-year out of the box. And we have a lifetime warranty on certain pieces of connectivity like our jacks. For those contractors that get involved in a 25-year end-to-end warranty, say for schools, government facilities, even some hotels, things like that, we do offer certification for contractors, and we offer a 25-year end-to-end warranty. We do have OEM capabilities, whether it's in our plant in Texas or from one of our manufacturing facilities around the world. We can do private labeling, we can do custom print, we can do custom boxes. From beginning to end, we can make the product look like it's yours. This would be just a one page of our line card, which kind of goes through all of the categories that we have. This is just the copper side. Category cables, speaker cables, coax cables, indoor, outdoor, security cables. We've just introduced some new direct burial on the speaker security cable side. We have on the connectors, we have indoor, we have outdoor capabilities. We take it from all the way to the end. The only things we do not sell would be right now thermostat cable, and that should be coming, I believe, by the third or fourth quarter this year. And that will leave one last thing that we're not stocking. That's going to be low voltage outdoor lighting cable. I'd like to take some time and go through some of our newest products. This is the new security cable that we talked about just a minute ago, outdoor direct burial. We now stock it in a 22.6 and an 18.6. These will be stocked in both New York, actually in all four places, New York, California, Texas, and Florida. They come, the 18 gauge comes on a spool. The 22 gauge comes in a box. They are black and they are outdoor rated for direct burial. This is our new cable sheath cutter. It does work on both copper and fiber, and it is dependent upon your outer cable diameter. So from 0.2 inches to 1.1 inch, you can use this new tool to either cut horizontally or longitudinally. Either way, you can do around or straight down. These are one of our newest products, the SFP transceivers. These are pluggable into a switch. They come both in 1 gig and 10 gig. They can be single mode or multi-mode. And depending on which one you choose, the distances can go up to 10 kilometers. Important note, all of these products are 100% compatible with Cisco systems. So you can use this in any of not only ours, but other devices that are not manufactured by us. These are our new Ethernet switches. These are not in stock yet. They are coming soon. I have seen them. They're very nice unit. They are unmanaged switches. You have a couple of options. With no SFP, you can either have 5 ports or 8. With an SFP, we have 4 or 8. And then you have the 2 SFP ports. These are PoE Type 2 rated, and they have an operating temperature, believe it or not, of up to 185 degrees Fahrenheit. These will work in, and they are IP20 rated. We expect to have these in stock probably, I think, Mike, we said third quarter?
Correct, July, September.
Okay, and this will be, we're looking for this to be one of our most popular items. Here we have some DIN rail mounts for IP68 coupler modules. These can go on DIN rails or they can get mounted to the wall. As you can see, we have a bunch of different options to utilize that can utilize DIN rail both on copper and fiber side. And this one actually is set to be mounted on a 19-inch rack. So our new surface mount IP rated boxes with many different configurations in terms of what ports that you need. This is now talks to our new outdoor. This is going to be used mostly with a loose tube fiber. Outside plant anchor camps. We have suspension clamps, bracket, branding straps. We have the tools and the boxes. So anything outdoor rated, we are now stocking in our Florida facility for this product. Now, some of our better selling products. We're most widely known for our Cat 6 and Cat 6A CMP. Both of those are US made in Texas. We do have import options. They're within $1 or $2. They're not really that much cheaper than New York. We pride ourselves in being able to make the US cable at the same price as the imports. But there's some different offerings. On the import side, you may have UL listing. On the American side, we have ETL listing. So we have Cat 6 CMP, Cat 6A CMP. One of our newest products is the new Cat 6A stranded CMR, which can be used to make patch cords on site. We do offer UL capability on the US side. However, we mostly stock the ETL. So the UL would be more of a special order run, which is possible. Cat 6, we have just recently switched to the new RealX packaging solutions, which allows for us to pretty much guarantee that we're not going to have any snags at all. Correct, Mike?
Yes, sir. It'll pull like butter.
There you go. Now, wait, I missed one here. Okay. We pride ourselves on our boxes. The gentleman on the left, I mean, I don't really want to talk about his weight, but we're talking 200 to 300 pounds, can easily stand on these boxes with no give whatsoever. The handles are not going to break. They're not going to, get ratty and start falling apart if you've used them a couple times. Our jacks. These are the products that have a lifetime warranty, and I believe Microcom is now stocking these. The tool itself, the blue tool you see there, that is our termination tool. We have one for unshielded and one for shielded. It will make your terminations as easy as possible. I am not a tech guy whatsoever, and I can do them very quickly using this method. One thing to keep in mind is the tool will only work on our jacks. If you put someone else's jack in there, you're liable to break it. But they are a fantastic pair that go together. If any of you haven't tested them, I would suggest that you try it because you're never going to switch once you do it. The tool is called the eye punch tool. The blue one, like I said, is for unshielded. It will terminate Cat 3, Cat 5, Cat 6, and Cat 6A, all with one tool. The green one is for shielded, and it does the same thing. Cat 5, Cat 6, and Cat 6A. Shielded only. This will give you just a little bit of an idea of how quick you can go with these. We had a national contest a few years back to see who would be the absolute quickest in stripping, fanning it out, putting it on, terminating it, and testing it. And the winner came in at 18.26 seconds.
Joe, I just
don't
wanted
think we
to
found.
add it.
Yeah.
So,
Go
I
ahead.
just wanted to add that we offer to use any tool and any jack for this competition.
Oh yes, you're right. I do remember that. So it wasn't only ours, but ours did end up being the winner. 18.26. It doesn't get any faster than that. Okay, our patch cords. Cat 6A is our slimline. It's a 28 gauge. And I will say one of the most consistently positive things that we get back in terms of feedback on these is the length's the length. If it's 6 inches, it's 6 inches. You're not going to have one that's 5, one that's 7, one that's 6.5. 6 inches is 6 inches. The minute we see any issue, immediately goes back. So we pay very strict attention to this to make sure that you get this sort of result. I mean, that's what a vertical cable patch panel will look like once you're done. Just some more photos. Okay, some of our newer products. These are some of our new blank panels. These panels will all take both copper and fiber in a keystone footprint. So you can fill the same panel with category, coax, and fiber just by changing out your keystones. The standard 24 and 48 are keystone footprint type. This is a keystone footprint, but with an LGX format. So these would fit, correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, would these fit also an LGX panel, the 4 in the middle?
So this one in the middle is our modular blocks patch panel, which is blank just for the keystone jacks. But you're
Okay.
right, because it looks very similar. When the blocks are not inserted, it comes with 3 positions for LGX. So it basically is like blank panel for LGX adapter plates, and it can fit 3 of them.
Got it. This one, I do remember seeing this at the show. This one is actually nice because you can take out one entire section to work on it and pull it front towards you, correct, Mike?
Correct.
Okay.
It actually helps tremendously, because you don't need, if you need to change something, you only need to remove one block where the keystone is sitting, the one that you need to change. You don't need to take out off the entire panel.
Yes. Now, this 48 port, this is one of our newest. It is a 1U footprint for 48 ports. A little tight to work with, but a real space saver when you need it. One of the actually also newer things that we are getting into is labeling. Trying to come up with ways to make the installer's life easier and give it a really uniform, nice look. You can see we have here labeling bars. They can come with labels, without labels. We now also have is it a 0U labeling bar, Mike?
This is correct. 0U panel. That's the name. 0U because it doesn't take any space on the rack.
All right. You would connect it, let's say here, and it would sit in between this and the item behind it, above it. So it takes up no extra space, and you're not losing any space on the rack or the cabinet at all. Our audio cables, come in CMR and plenum, and also direct burial. 12, 14, 16, and 18 gauge, 2 and 4 conductors. On the CMR side, we do purple, white, and black. On the 16 gauge, we probably have some blue left. On the plenums, we're going to be predominantly white with a couple that may be black. These mostly will come in 500-foot and 1,000-foot options. Most of the 500-footers are all boxes. The 1,000-footers are mostly spools, I believe. On the security cable side, we offer different packaging options. We have the coil packs, which I believe, Mike, we're adding some more colors to that, are we not?
This is correct, Joe. I believe
Okay.
we're adding 2 or 3 more colors.
Okay, good. The security packs actually help in installation. They most often will take one of each color. They put it in a 5-gallon paint bucket, and the cables all come up through the middle, so you can pull all the colors at once. 1,000 footers are going to be on spools or boxes. The 500 footers are typically all in boxes or in the coil packs. And that we go 12, 14, 16, 18, and 22 gauge. Access control, we do both in CMR and CMP. The CMP is yellow, the CMR is green on the outer jackets. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe. 1, 2, 3. Yes, there are 4 different legs. We have a 22-3 pair shielded, an 18-4 unshielded, 22-4 unshielded, and a 22-2 unshielded. On the coax side, we have RG6, quad, and the regular 60% shield, both in solid bare copper or copper clad steel. We do still carry RG59, the camera cable, RG59 and 18.2. We are not doing RG59 by itself anymore. And we do have options for RG11 in both 60% and quad. We do carry the RG6 and the RG6 quad in plenum. The 14 gauge is no longer available in plenum for us. And the Siamese, I believe, is being discontinued. We may have a little bit of it left, though, on the plenum side. We do carry the connectors for coax, whether it's RG11, RG6, or RG6 quad, in plenum and non-plenum. Our outdoor plant direct burial, we've got Cat 5. We probably have about 8 different versions, both for horizontal and vertical installation. Vertical installation for cell tower, you don't want to use the flooding compound so it doesn't sink to the bottom of the cable. Cat 6, we've got shielded and unshielded, dry and flooded. Cat 6A right now is just shielded for outdoor, either just outdoor or direct burial. All of our audio cables come with a direct burial option, and so does our coax. On the fiber side, we are stocking tight buffer indoor outdoor in single mode, OM1, OM3, OM4, with some armored versions of the OM4. Our outdoor couplers. The very top one was our first, the outdoor shielded couplers. They're color coded, so the blue is Cat 6A, the red is Cat 6, and the green is Cat 5. Very easy to use and very easy to figure out what it is just by looking at the color. We get into some more IP68, a little more industrial strength, let's say, couplers for both fiber or Cat 6A. That'd be the modules down at the bottom here and on the side. These can also go into a box. Tools, we carry a full line of tools, whether it's for category, coax, or even fiber. Our catalog, right now, I would say your best version would be your best option, would be to download from the website. The catalog is updated on a consistent basis. It just has not been printed because we keep updating it. So your best bet would be to download what you need off of the website. The catalog is there. All of our specs are on the website. I will say we are working on a new website. Hopefully that will be completed sometime this year, which will make life a lot easier for all of us. And I think that's really the end for me. If anybody has any questions, we'd love to hear them.
Thank you, Joe and Mike. Appreciate your presentation very, very much. We do have some questions. The question box has got some in there, and I'm going to read them off to you one at a time. And let's get started with the first one. Are you guys ready to go?
Yep, go ahead.
Yes.
Okay, terrific. Here we go. What are the lead times for ordering and receiving your products for personalized and labeled?
So I'm thinking they're asking like private label and like private boxes.
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so on the boxes, it's kind of hard to say because we would come to you first. We have to get the artwork, and we go back and forth with our box manufacturer until we come up with a version that you like. So that in itself, I would say can take a couple of weeks, right, Mike? You do this all
Yes,
the time.
this is
Okay.
correct. Yeah, a couple of weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks.
Yep. On the actual cable production side, it's going to depend on the product. If it's something that we're making here in the US, you're probably talking maybe 4 to 6 weeks, depending on what's running through the plant at that time. If you're talking something that is coming from overseas, which we've done that before, that's going to be a longer lead time, and depending upon also where it's going to, but figure probably 3 to 4 months by the time we get it all set up, get the order placed, get the material coming back to us, and then we ship it right to you as soon as it comes in the door.
Sounds good. Thank you guys very much. Next question here. How do you stay updated with the latest industry standards and technologies?
Well, as a company, I can tell you that all of us on the management team are constantly looking at what's happening. Mike, on the other hand, is connected to a large contractor community, people that use our products on a daily basis. So we're constantly interacting with them to figure out what's good, what's bad, what's new, what we need to look at. Mike, you can probably add to this also.
Absolutely. But collecting feedback from our customers is crucial for us. It's vital for vertical cable, and we do appreciate our customers from like all levels, from distribution levels to end users, and it's very valuable to us. And not to mention, we speak to them, and those contractors are one of the best in the U.S. and Canada and some other countries. There are many fans of like those contractors from Europe, from Asia, from Latin America, and it's just fascinating to see how this community grows every time, every day, and they see something, they talk about what they need, what exactly at the field, and we're just trying to make them happy and make their lives easier. Not to mention, we also participate in multiple trade shows, big events all over the US, and we are fortunate to see what's happening in the industry. Of course, we work with market analysis and trends, and all this together gives us an opportunity to be on our toes all the time.
Sounds good. Thank you guys so much for that in-depth overview and answer. So yeah, you definitely cleared up a lot. So thank you. Let me go on to the next question. How do you handle crosstalk and interference issues in your twisted pair cables?
Well, it actually comes down to a couple of different things. On the CMR Cat 6, we have the spline. On the CMP, we've been able to design the cable itself, and a lot of it has to do with the different lays on the conductors to really provide the same results as the spline without having to put it in there. You'll find most of the time that it's the plenum that doesn't have the spline, and it's a very long process in trying to get the lays just right, to really avoid any crosstalk from coming through.
And I believe they put our plant, they put like they call it mini spline right now for Cat 6 plenum specifically, and it's actually, it allowed us to reduce the diameter, the outer diameter of the cable as well. It's like a slimmer version, which like we're getting good feedbacks about this. And you know, the having a plant allows us, like our engineers, our RCDDs, designers at the plant, they are able to experiment, but in a good way, how to perfect the product and how to make it better for the customer.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Mike. We let these guys kind of loose, and they get to play with the product as much as they want, just coming up with different ways to make it more cost effective and make it more, what's the right word? Make it perform better, to enhance the performance. And that's a constant thing for us. They're doing that all of the time.
And actually, but Joe, we can invite our listeners here. Everybody's welcome to our tour, to our plant. All you need to like submit a form on the website, and this facility is so amazing, and you can see for yourself how the cable is made. And every time I'm there, I feel like a child in a chocolate factory or something. It's just so fascinating and interesting. And we do have we do have an option for the tours. It's really cool.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Next question here for you. Can you describe the customization options available for your racks and enclosures?
Okay, so enclosures, we've got swing out, we've got stationary. We've got a fixed depth, or we have a depth that goes from 18 to 30 inches.
Adjustable
Depth, thank you. On our wall mounts, we have non-swing out, swing out. The swing outs we bring in, we stock in 2 different sizes. So we've got 2 different usable depths. I think the outer depth is going to be a 24 and a 31 inch. And then on the total floor cabinets, with the wheels and the legs, we offer the same. We offer a server cabinet and a network cabinet, which gives you 2 different depths.
And on the fiber side, well, like not like specifically enclosures, for example, for fiber or surface mounts for optical fiber products, we design many, like most of them ourselves. So we have R&D department here, and they design these products. So they are, the many items you can get anywhere, and they look all the same with their like pros and cons. But our design department makes sure that the design is unique and it's efficient, and we're very proud of these products. Those enclosures, they're amazing, and they're getting really good feedback from the customers.
Excellent. Thank you guys both for answering those questions for us today. And also thank you to everyone for attending our webinar. And if anyone does have any further questions, please feel free to contact your sales rep or email us at sales@microcomtech.com. And if you wish to view and review rather the products mentioned and shown here today, please visit us at www.microcom.us and Also, please remember that this webinar presentation has been recorded so we can all view it again. Joe, Mike, thank you guys so much for being here. I will definitely touch base with you so that perhaps we could have another webinar, maybe 2 before the end of the year. We'll see what we can figure out. Thank you guys. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you very much. It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Pleasure for us as well. Bye-bye, guys.
All right, bye.